hold on to moisture. The pig, pork, when it's hung and starts to cool and dry, tends to lose moisture. The muscle just starts to give up some moisture. Pork does not age like beef, obviously. It ages a lot differently. But from my research and the people that I've talked to, magnesium would actually help the pork hold on to its moisture, as opposed to giving it up in what we would call drip loss, or just evaporation.
Sure. Can I add something from an Italian point of view? I grew up in Italy, and I think that is a little mistake to say what is an Italian pork better than Australia. It's different. There's a beauty in Italy, there is a beauty in Australia. There are two. It would be really hard to compare two pigs because they eat different feed, they grow up in different environments, and so that we can't really say that Italians are better than Australians and vice versa. They are two beautiful products, and they have beauty in every single pig. And so this just about it's a different product, and not because one is Italian, one is Australian, one is better than the other one. I think that the pork, the Pino is coming now. It's a beautiful example of what is an excellent local product, and there will be no. You can't compare it with an Italian one because probably different breed, different harvesting model and that kind of thing.
From the prosciutto point of view, if you've tasted Pino's prosciutto that he makes with Bangolow sweet pork, and tasted what's coming in from Italy at the moment, Pino's for me is by far better. Now, if he was able to get the size of the pigs that they use for prosciutto in Italy, and to his specs, he would be making as good a prosciutto here as what is being made in Italy, in terms of quality. They would taste different because they're two different products, and it's got a lot to do with the air and also the pigs. But they, quality-wise, exactly on a par.
But that's what I was speaking about earlier, about pigs this size being an ongoing project for us in conjunction with Pino, specifically for some of the larger muscles that he likes to use, for the legs, so that he can dry them appropriately in the prosciutto.
The amount of fat that it's like.
Because we do have some control over that. When they get to a certain size, they're a bit easier to manage as far as their fat cover goes. And there are certain times of year when the pigs are going to move toward being leaner than other times. When it's too hot, they tend to eat less. They don't need the fat cover, they don't need the insulation, and they start to shed it. And that's difficult for us, a company that prides itself on selling fat. That's tough. On the opposite end, when the weather's conducive to the pigs eating, if the temperatures change and start getting cooler, and they really pack it in and pack it on. That can be a bit difficult too, because we have the job of trying to push all that fat into the market, and there's resistance there.
That's why prosciutto making has a season.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And I think we should look at meat as a seasonal product as well.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think we already do it how we cook it. We're already looking. We look at cooking certain things at certain times of year. Right? And you can take that a step farther and look at buying certain things more at certain times of year.
We tend to think of lamb as a spring product, but we don't tend to think of anything else as seasonal. Any of the other meats are seasonal. Maybe that's something that marketing terms
Yeah,
would
yeah.
sort of look at.
Yeah.
If we made it, would we be allowed to call it prosciutto?
A prosciutto, yeah. As long as you don't call it prosciutto di Parma, you can call it prosciutto di Pino.
Prosciutto di Cogara. Prosciutto di Cogara.
The thing about it is also in Australia, we got some beautiful things we can do a lot of things. The thing is that we're losing the art, we're losing the people. Like, I don't want to make myself. I'm like you guys, I'm one of the family, but I know how to fix, I know how to do something like that, which I would like to bring it to your table. Good flavours, taste. We can do it in Australia, and like we said, I don't know, we get cherries in winter. You know, like, to me, they don't taste the same. Watermelon, you know, I enjoy it in summer. I enjoy it in the and other things. Why don't we have, like Stefano has the book seasonal? Why don't we have the things with the right time is there? And remember, and wait for it. You enjoy it. You enjoy it.
But you get seasonal discrepancies with, say you've just got to be aware of some of the seasonal discrepancies.
It is some of those things, but also we can sort of, you know, like, I'm just going to say something, you know. If you make love every day, that doesn't taste the same.
Nothing wrong with doing it every day. Jesus, what's your problem?
That's why you're sitting down.
Made her what she used to make. She's a bastard.
Really? But if you have it sort of
Depends on how much
2, 3 times, that's what I do.
That's getting very technical.
That's the same sort of thing anyway.
Just do it.
Who took my one Charlie?
I thought that was my grandchild.
About 4 years ago, I went to see Joe Byrne to talk about the Bangolow pork, because back in the 80s I worked for Australian pork, and when I did photo shoots, I remember putting a whole piece of pork in the oven, and you just see the fat just slide back, because there's nothing to hang on, the skin would just slide back. And what Joe said to me at the time, which just stayed in my mind, it's the same thing, like, as we all say, fat is flavour. But he actually talked about Bangolow pork like banana. He said when you buy a banana, you don't think you're going to eat the skin. You peel it off and then you've got a lovely banana inside. He said even with Bangolow pork or whatever, you could still cook it with the fat and you can eat some of it if you want. But other than that, take it off like banana skin. But the fat is giving the meat the flavour.
Yeah, that's right.
And it just really
You don't
makes
peel
sense.
your bananas before you leave the
No,
store.
that's right. And that's how he sort of said it. He said you cook it with the skin on, so to speak.
It's there to protect the fat, the skin is there to protect the meat.
Unless you're talking about lard.
You want that to
Chick is that's the one Charlie. Do you guys know what it's used for? I'm sure Jonathan can say something like that. Peter, Chucky, yeah. It is a lovely piece of meat, but unfortunately in Australia what they do is they take the head off again like that out of the pork, and the guanciale is being cut into two. I'll ask Joe to give me a pig with the head on, but he couldn't because the law is a bit different. It touches the bottom of the transport of the truck, and it's not allowed. Plus, the procedure in the abattoir, the way they do it, is again different. That's a lovely piece of meat. Unfortunately, it's cut like this, and the guanciale is cut into two. So we end up with small pieces. We can't get that. That's a lovely piece to use. Now, what we used to do in Italy, so they're all in one piece. I've done this yesterday. I haven't done this for probably about 20 years. I haven't done it, you know, and it had to just come out like that. And I will still, if I would have taken it out like that, I wouldn't pass. Wow. I left too much meat on it. And this one here, what we used to do, when we used to take it out like that, we used to sew it on both end, and we used to bake it. And it would come absolutely beautiful. Also, take some of the fat off. What do we used to use? We used to use the muscle, so the head muscle there, and some of the meat of the neck. We used to fill it up, and then sew it up and bake it. And it was absolutely beautiful. And that's
And
how,
would you bake the tongue in that when you...
well, the tongue was taken out. But that's how it used to come out. Just like that. Just like that. And come around, Stefano. Have you seen this one here? I don't think you ever seen it. This is the way it was. Like so many people, you know, like if I would have done this today, the way it was. This is the head that it go in there, and it's sort of. It looks like the head that's sort of. That's how it comes from there. That's how it comes from there.